With one last move of his rook, I knew I was done for. The last hour I'd invested into this chess match, but really, I'd invested much more. Leading up to this game, I'd studied chess strategy and practiced with others for countless hours. I'd learned chess moves that would trap the queen for the mere price of a pawn, and memorize the 10 golden chess moves by heart. When his rook landed on a7, it was apparent that this was all going to waste. The problem wasn't so much losing as how and to whom I lost. Now in the 3rd grade, I'd tied much of my identity to my chess intellect. Not that I was any better at the game than an average student, but it was something that I was proud of, especially considering my lack of athleticism, popularity, or just about anything else for that matter. This identity was what I wanted to use to create a self-image that wasn't connected to my brother, who was a mere 16 months younger than I. David was good at everything. He could run faster, win video games with his eyes closed, and solve a math problem before I was even done reading it. I'd wanted one thing, something that was entirely mine. In my desperation, I had hoped that my chess ability could be it. But while I was practicing the game, he had been too, and it became just like everything else. If he worked just a little bit harder, studied just a little bit longer, he could trounce his big brother once again. And so I did what every immature elementary schooler should do. I discreetly wiggled my fingers under the board, like tiny worms burrowing into the soft earth. Then, in a quick flurry of excitement, proceeded to destroy our entire game board. Bishops went flying, and I'm pretty sure the game board ended up soaring into the mesosphere. I ran to my room, crying and believing that I would never be the chess master in our family. Flash forward 22 years later, and things are a bit different. Now I enjoy getting trounced by my brother in any activity. Not because I like to lose, but because I appreciate his company that much more. We juggle together at lunch, go to the mountains, and sometimes go on a trip or two. Growing up has a way of guiding people along different paths, and though we no longer share the same house, skateboard, or, in the dark days, toothbrush, I still feel as close as ever. I will constantly be in need of one more game, another extra run, or an additional hour with my brother, but this makes me value our bond during our time apart. That day 20 years ago, I may have lost a game. But that same brother that beat me in chess was the one that also came to my aid thereafter while I ran crying to my room. He taught me about forgiveness and compassion. And that identity I strive for? I guess there's room for 2 chess geeks in our family. I just won't mention that I haven't played the game since.